Hi guys, and welcome to Dee's Media World. Today I'll be talking about the controversy with Ebony Magazine's new November issue cover. So the cover is, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a picture of it. It's actually my thumbnail, but I'll also put a photo of it in the description box. So the picture itself, I'll describe it a little bit, is basically a picture from the Cosby Show with Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad and the kids and whatnot. And then it has like broken glass over it, as if saying, this image is shattered. And the reason I came to talk about it is that it is also another example of propaganda in black media. I didn't think I would be talking about this again so soon, but with everything that's been going on and what I've been noticing, I could tell that this is a form of propaganda from Ebony's standpoint. So the definition of propaganda is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. So my problem with this essential cover, because everybody, when I say everybody, I mean black people, are sort of loving this cover for what it's saying, and is according to them, it's calling Bill Cosby out. It's saying, this family, this idea was shattered and whatnot. But what it really is saying, and what my argument is here, is that we don't want to see black families. We are shattering, literally, the picture says we are shattering black family image, and we're okay with that. That's what we want to see. That's what we want. And some people are interpreting this as, a thing towards Bill Cosby. Like, he's a monster, he's a rapist. I want to point out right now that I am not negating anything Bill Cosby has done. This is not even a video defending him. I think he's as guilty as everybody else does. I have no real opinion about anything new anyway, no new opinion about what he's done to these women, about drugging them and whatnot. I don't think that I'm not defending him for that. My problem isn't even him himself, is that Ebony says, let's monetize on that and let's dump all over this legacy. The big issue that's been going on with this is that we are seeing Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable, his character on the Cosby Show, is the same person. So because they see him as the same person, they feel the need to completely detonate any of the legacy of the show and anything that is positive from the show and what it's done to this community. A lot of people have been commenting and saying that, like, that image of him is tainted. And of course, when someone does something like this, like rape or drug use or whatever, their image is sort of tainted and we see them in a different light. But we take it a step further with Bill Cosby by saying that not only is his image tainted, but anything he's touched is tainted, and that the positive image of the black family that the Cosby Show did is something that isn't worth saving. I'm just going to sort of read something I had stated very eloquently on one of the message boards that I had seen. So I had said, Ebony should be ashamed of themselves. This cover just maximizes every single insecurity and shows the level of self-hatred that we have as a community. This photo states, and I'm referring to the cover of the magazine, states that we don't value the black family and that any future ideas of it should be shattered. It's bad enough that white people don't want to see us united, but it's even worse when we do it to ourselves. I know my opinion, because I know it will basically not be understood, and I'm in the minority here. But I'm fine with that because I see through the propaganda. It's part of the media. You think it's a coincidence that Ebony is releasing this as a controversy? Like, they could have easily, and it would have even made more sense for them to have a photo of Bill Cosby himself on the cover. Even one from the 1980s, that would have been fine, simply by itself. You don't find it a little strange that they decided to use the whole Cosby fictional family on the cover and say that that idea is shattered? You don't think that's something that the media is throwing at us? I had just talked about this with Empire and how that's a show. The main reason I stopped watching the show is that it has no black love, no black unity, and we need to stop supporting television that does not support us as positive people, as some type of good representation of black folks, that we like too much negativity, and Ebony is monetizing on that, and we're gonna allow them. I saw so many comments about people who are giving them a thumbs up, saying bravo, and like, oh, I'm gonna renew my subscription, I'm gonna buy this magazine cover so I can read the article, yada yada and so forth. You don't think that's a part of the propaganda, a way for them to make money? It's ridiculous to me how people are supporting this. Like I said, I don't support Bill Cosby for what he's done, but Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable are two separate people. One is fictional, one is a real person. And what does this whole situation that he's done have to do with black families and representation of black families? Like, why are we saying that his entire legacy, doing a positive show like the Cosby Show, has to be included with the rapist things that happened? What it comes down to is that the photos should have been of him by himself, because he's the person to blame. He's the problem. He's what should be taking the responsibility for his actions. The entire show, not everybody, they're saying this entire image should be shattered because of something Bill did. If we're saying that we're so divided and so weak that his entire legacy by himself has to be completely shattered and nothing can be saved from it, because people would die for Empire and Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever, Basketball Wives, whatever. They stand for that. They were all about that. If someone says something negative about another Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, everybody would kill for them. But when we actually have some positivity in the show that actually had representation, positive unity, love, black unity, power within it, we'll just let it crumble to the ground with no problem. It's how we see ourselves. The photo is how we see ourselves. It's shattered because black families, we don't want to see this positive image on television anymore. When I made this comment on the message board, I know people were going to go in on me or say some things. I had to explain myself. If your question to me is, well, this is 2015 and we don't really, this is an old idea of this sort of family. Well, I would like you to tell me some positivity that's on television now. Blackish is on, but while Blackish is a good show, it's nowhere near as important or watched as some of these other black shows that we be watching. I also said, sorry, there was a lot I had to say about this. Someone had made a comment about, why is it propaganda that they're doing this? So what I'm not saying, I'm going to read my comment. So Cosby is not dead wrong for everything that he's done with these women. Whether it's true, whether it's false, he gets what he deserves for it. But I'm not saying that he's not guilty. However, Ebony takes it to another level and feels the need to include the Cosby Show, one of the few shows that promoted black family, black love, and black unity, and actively destroys it. Bill Cosby himself should have been on the cover because he is a separate entity who should be accountable for his crimes. It's not about the show, but the image it represents, and images are powerful. Images shape reality. If we perceive that the black family is nothing but broken on a black magazine like Ebony, then we are promoting the propaganda that blackness only equates to negativity. November's issue will sell well because we are bashing one another. And that's really what I have to say about it. That's really what it comes down to. It's about money. You think Ebony really cares about Bill Cosby on a personal level like that? That they're not trying to make money out of this? Seriously? That's how we know it's propaganda. When I first saw this cover, I knew something wasn't right. I was like, this cover is really, it literally is the definition of what television is today. We don't want to see black families. We don't want to see black unity. We just want to see interracial relationships. We just want to see screaming and killing each other. We don't want to see positivity. And we have to take this entire show down because of what this foolish man did. we are praising this cover and giving them Ebony money so they can do it again. This isn't going to be the end of it. People are going to love this. They're going to buy it. So the next issue is going to be controversial and say something about black communities and try to tie us all up into one box or whatever. It's not the end of it. It's going to be more. Um, I was so annoyed with this that I had to talk to a friend about it for like an hour and a half or something. Just how ridiculous this is. I know lots of black people aren't going to understand where I'm coming from, and they're definitely going to defend this cover and say that it's making a huge statement. It's controversial. It's going to be remembered. It's going to be probably iconic, maybe. And the people who wrote the article that hasn't came out yet, that haven't been able to read, those people who are part of this issue, they're going to make a killing. They're going to be, they're not going to have a problem getting a job. They're going to get some work out of this. So don't just think that they're caring about you and saying that they're exposing the real Bill Cosby. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. It's part of the propaganda, the system. It's about making dollars. It's about making money. They knew this was going to piss people off because it worked and it pissed me off. And they knew, but they also knew some people were going to stand for it and love it and say, oh yeah, she's really, whoever, the woman, I think Kierna Mayo is the name I found. She's going to be loved for this and respected. No, she sold out. Ebony sold out. Ebony, what was Ebony doing before this? Let's think about it like that. Was Ebony relevant before this article came out? This magazine cover came out? Was anybody checking for Ebony like that? Nope. People are going to be checking for them now. They're going to get this November issue and probably the December issue because I saw people saying they already going to renew their subscription. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. That is part of the bigger plan, which is, I'm starting to think there's a conspiracy that we have to tear down the black family. Once again, I'm not saying Bill Cosby is not accountable. He is very accountable. He destroyed his image. But why is it that when he does something to him that's foolish, why does it have to reflect entirely on his show where everything else was positive? Like, that show has to be destroyed and burned to the ground because of the foolish things he decided to do. And we aren't going to allow, we're going to allow that to burn to the ground, but we would stand and die for some of these foolish shows and celebrities who do nothing for our community. I don't even like the Bill Cosby Show, like the Cosby Show, that much like that. Like, it's an okay show, but I know what it represents and it's important and that it's a legacy and that we don't have enough of it and there's nothing like it on television right now except Blackish. But once again, that show is not considered, a show people would defend or care about or watch. People like it, but like, oh yeah, there's Blackish on TV. That's positive representation, but are you watching it? You'll watch Empire every week that shows negative stereotypes about us every single moment that it's on television, but you aren't going to watch Blackish and you're not going to defend the legacy of the Cosby Show. I'm not even talking about Bill Cosby by himself. I don't even know why the show is called The Cosby Show since it's about Cliff Huxtable. That's a fictional character and about this image. The magazine cover itself says a lot about us. It says a lot about us and sort of the self-hatred we have for ourselves and why we continue to allow. We're going to buy this cover and we're going to want to see more. That's really the bottom line, guys. That's really the bottom line. I know I'm in the minority, but I can't let it stand. I can't let it just slip on by and agree with everyone else that it's an okay thing to do. It's not okay. It's not okay. If this was anybody else, we would separate them from the art, but we have to cluster him. Yes, it's a fictional character. People are asking like, well, duh, it's a fictional character. Why are you so invested in it? Here's the thing. We, as black people, as minorities, we don't have the privilege of separating the black family image. We don't have the privilege to look at black entertainment and not see something that's supposed to represent all of us. We don't have that privilege. White people can watch Honey Boo Boo on TV and then later watch The Blacklist or something, whatever, and not think of it as, oh, this is supposed to represent all black people. We don't have that privilege. we see television, it's meant to represent all black people. It's unfortunate, it's a burden that we bear, but it's the facts. Okay, it's the facts. We watch Love and Hip Hop, we watch Empire, we watch Scandal, whatever. We're supporting these images. That just means they want to get more of it. They just want to show more of this ratchet television, this propaganda that we as people are not united. That's what it comes down to. We aren't united. Ebony basically sold out in a story. The person who decided on the cover sold out too. Not surprising because everyone loves this money. Everyone loves money, and will do what it takes to get it. We just don't have positive shows on television. It's time to turn the TV off at this point. And this isn't television, but this cover bugged me. It pissed me off, guys. It'll sell well because it puts all our insecurities on blast. It puts us on blast. This is how we see ourselves. This cover is really just the epitome of this is what the black community is going through right now. We're putting everything on Front Street. That's just how it is. Bill Cosby, I'm going to say this and then I'm in the video. Bill Cosby and Cliff Huxtable are two separate people. What Bill Cosby has done, it would affect the Cosby Show and his legacy, but not to the degree of completely getting rid of it. Completely shattering that. What it's done, what history it's made. The show is still something that's relevant today to what we need as a black community is unity. And this television that's on television right now, this TV shows that we watch and we give all our money to, and these white businesses and these we're just supporting the negativity and saying, you know, we don't unite when it matters. And I'm going to stand up for the show. I'm going to stand up for the legacy. I don't even care for the show on an individual level like that. But I don't want to see it completely be destroyed. This cover destroys that. And I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. But that's kind of all I had to say. I had to write some notes down and go through some things. We're just giving them money so they can do this kind of thing again and destroy the black family. That's really what it is. It's propaganda, guys. It's part of the game. We don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. A year ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But we are allowing this to happen. We're promoting it. And that's just kind of all I had to say about this Bill Cosby, well, not even Bill Cosby, but this Huxtable Cosby Show cover situation. It's out of control. People are going to give them their money, and nothing I can do about it except tell you guys about the propaganda that's going on and what I'm seeing and how I know I'm alone in this, but I'm okay with that. So I will see you guys later. Bye.